Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Hades for one more shot at this. Pact of Punishment is arrayed exactly as before. We have Dionysus' keepsake. Let's get out there and do it. You know, I should have known that leaving Artemis out of the build was going to be wrong.
Mere mortals, same as all the rest. Someday you shall visit Elysium and meet some of these heroes, and discover that they are quite different than the songs suggest.
You know, I guess he was right about that one. That's exactly what I was thinking.
Let me tell you something, Zag. I know your dad. He's got to be a real handful. I relate to that. You understand me, mate? So you get out of there and you'll be more than welcome here with us.
I wonder what it was that our codex just updated? Okay, so we're at the lock with Dionysus. Yeah, huh. I wish I had pressed C before talking to him, because it would have opened to whatever that note was about. Well, anyway, so we really want either Trippy Shot or Drunken Flourish, and I think I'm willing to reroll.
What about these?
Boy, we are not getting what we're looking for here. It did show us both of them, and just made them both unattainable. So cool. Yeah, I'll take on Athena nice and early. I feel okay about that, although, you know, again, we have the thing that we would most like to have her on already covered. But listen, if she offers to replace the dash, I'll take it.
More to fight. Stay dead.
I do appreciate the hand following me about closely enough to get all that hangover.
Task, Goddess. I'm reminded none of this would have been possible without your aid, and so I must give thanks, even if through a meager offering.
I know there isn't much that you can do to show your gratitude at present, Zagreus, but I would ask that you save it for when your task is complete. You've more important matters to attend to now. You can always count upon assistance from me, Zagreus. I always shall prioritize the needs of our family above everything else.
That's a little ominous. I guess a lot comes down to what she considers to be the needs of our family. So Phalanx Shot is not... Boy, these are really not coming up the way we need them to.
Right now.
I guess I'll take her... I do think her call is not very exciting. Yeah, alright. Unfortunately, odds are pretty good that we're going to get a, we're going to get a palm on a boon that we really don't need it on, or potentially even want it on. Yeah, if we don't end up getting... If we don't end up getting special on... Or, hangover on special. I mean, there are other things we could do. I would have taken Athena's special boon if she had offered it to us. We're kind of not getting anything we want here, though. And this is, like, part of the magic of a roguelite, right? Is learning to deal with the situation. Learning to, learning to deal with the randomness handing you stuff that isn't what you would have picked for yourself. But I don't know if there's a build available that's going to be anywhere near as powerful as the one we're actually going for.
This spell could use a little fine-tuning.
I do like Relentless Volley.
Power.
I think that's a big winner for us. I do think a key is nice, given that I've been baited into so many rerolls already. So yeah, it's really nice if we can get the shot to pass through multiple enemies, because the mark applies to the one that it hits last. And so if we're that means the specials will shoot through the enemy in the front. We'll try to shoot through the enemies in the front, and we'll be able to actually deal a lot of hits to everyone involved. God damn, I keep just charging onto... Yeesh. Just charging right onto the traps like I desperately want to lose health. Also, there is a considerable delay between specials. If I manage to screw up in that way and leave something just barely alive, it really is a huge difference in time to kill. Am I a better shot against things I can't see?
The more you slay your enemies, my kin, the stronger the bond between us, I think. Can you not feel it too? Though perhaps your lust for blood overpowers your other senses,
Listen, if it works as you're saying, the bond between us ought to be plenty close already. Oh, apparently he agrees. Okay, if Demeter wants to offer us a special boon, I'd take that. Oh yeah, the hangover on dash thing is actually going to be very relevant against this guy. But I can't seem to hit him with my attack at all. I'm not 100% sure why either.
We are all willful children, are we not? I'm daughter to Hyperion, you know. A titan so obscure and hated that Lord Zeus, he started calling me his birth sister. So much did he dislike this bit of truth. And to get a rise out of me, too.
I really like that this comes after the thing we heard from Zeus in the last episode about all the stories about him being false. He's just constantly starting rumors about how everyone is related to him. It's just a super weird thing to do. Boy, that's a shame. That's a shame not to have that. I don't mind Crystal Beam, but I think we're going to reroll because I would really like a modification to our special, and hers would be great.
What else we got?
And we are not going to be allowed to have it. Just under no circumstances. It's going to keep showing us all the flourishes, but it's never going to let us take one. Frozen Touch, maybe? If the Snowburst is not going to be great for us, yeah, I'm going to take this. Because we're not planning to be close enough to enemies, usually, for them to... You know what, again, I probably should have taken the heart there. But we're not planning to be close enough to enemies for them to take the chill from the other thing.
You take good care of Sisyphus there, won't you, Baldy?
One of these times he's actually going to respond, and it's going to be mind-blowing.
I think he likes you.
Alright, what do you give us this time? 2% damage reduction.
Hey, Your Highness, good old Baldy there had several things he wanted to tell you.
Oh, yeah?
Thank you for listening to him. With all that said, I think I've got something for you right here.
I think we're actually taking the darkness here, right? My health is fine. Yeah, let's do our best to push up to the to the 3,000 we're looking for. As in a long-term sense, even if the heart would have been better for this run, it's probably best we took that darkness actually. But I hope it doesn't come across as me being like too obstinate in my search for the perfect build. For real, I would have taken a special upgrade from almost any of the gods that we've seen. I just can't get one. Ooh, lasers plus slowing zones. This could be a little dangerous.
Good.
Honestly, with this hammer upgrade,
So much for them.
I think it would be super cool if we could pull the Demeter upgrade to our special. We have so many arrows, we're gonna full chill enemies so quickly. but I certainly wouldn't be opposed to any of the others. And like her numerical bonus is also quite large. It'll be full chill almost immediately, and so much damage. Especially if we can get it at any decent rarity. Gosh, I sure would love it if there weren't any more enemies in this room. It's spawning them in here like it thinks they're ranged.
All set.
No, this is right. I'm losing time here. Losing time just waffling.
Delicious.
So 0.6 seconds or 3.5 seconds. Yeah.
Better blessing.
And to be perfectly honest, it may well be the case that I should have taken that the first time too. Okay, we gotta do this, for sure.
Why, thank you, little sprout.
Absolutely, just absolutely killing me. Okay, well, I think we're gonna take rare crop here.
We Olympians, we are a prideful family, cousin. You cannot simply choose a favorite without spurring one of us to wrath.
Frozen Touch is not what I wanted to get rare cropped. I think we've almost gotten as unlucky as possible with our boon selections so far.
Did what I had to do. I guess she's upset.
Nothing is going right.
That's what you get.
Nothing is going right to the point where I kind of want to just toss the run and start over to see if we could possibly get a little bit luckier. Because for real, like, the answer is yes, we could get a lot luckier. Having been denied the opportunity to get any of the special boons that might be good for us so many times in a row, it just feels like really phenomenally bad luck. Also, I am now getting hit constantly by stuff that should never ever hit me because I am bad.
You ask me now to aid you, is that so?
We may as well, right?
We've better things to do, I think, than fight amongst ourselves over a matter such as this.
All right. I think we're gonna die intentionally in this room. Nope, I am not gonna die intentionally in this room. Oh wait, did we have the opportunity to give him ambrosia? I think we may have. I will fish. I will absolutely fish. Alright, when you start fishing at least, it pauses the timer. So we don't need to skip fish. I appreciate that. That's nice of them.
Got a bite.
Alright, so we shouldn't intentionally die in the next room. We should win this next fight, because there's a lot of darkness on the line. But then, I think we are in fact going to scoop out of this and just give it another roll.
Ladies.
Well, well. Come give me everything you've got, trash guy. We are the Fury!
Ow. So eager not to get damaged by the thing that I got damaged by a different thing. I'm a little, like, apologies. I do feel a little nervous that people are going to think, like, I'm being a big baby about our RNG here. And, like, clearly we're not doing terribly. But I do think that things have to go pretty far in our direction for us to pull the 32 heat victory. So I don't want to seem like I'm just fishing for the perfect run and I won't try it unless I can have everything exactly my way. But I do think we need things significantly our way. Also, can I just say, I think that is
Thank you.
one of the roughest versions of that thing that we just saw there, and I got through that real fast and without getting hit too many times, I feel like.
Do I still need
Alright, I
these?
gotta wash off a boon. And then, like, is there a thing we want to equip? You know what? I'm just gonna keep the overflowing cup on because we'll cap it out.
Broke out of
Let's do 2 encounters and cap this keepsake out, and then die on purpose and start a new run.
Getting warmer.
Also, we didn't have any bonus HP when we went into the Fury fight, and we came out of it, I think, in pretty good shape, all things considered. Oh, the coward. Yeah, honestly, if it's not going to give us the Dionysus special, I think Demeter special would be really good too. It might even be better, to be perfectly honest with you. But at this point, now I'm kind of in like, ow. Now I'm hoping for the legendary, because I do think it's incredibly powerful.
Much better.
Hooray! My frozen touch is getting better.
Get me out of here.
Did we lock with him? I can't remember.
Inferno bombers.
I probably don't need to shoot that one too much. That's a lot of overdashing. Just a huge amount of overdashing.
Do your worst.
You know what? If this is going to be our last encounter, intentionally our last encounter of the run, we may as well. Oh, sorry, Dusa. I'm a little... Oh, God. What a bad time to get hit by a petrifying projectile, huh?
Great work, Prince.
Okay, and we are locked with Hermes, yeah.
Not that I really know exactly what you're up to, Cuz, but if I did, I don't think anybody in Olympus is aware of it. Or, if they are, they're keeping their mouths shut, the same as me.
I do appreciate that. He could make things, like, really awkward for us. Alright.
Damn it.
Let's go home, shall we? This is way easier to do in ASPHODEL than it is in other places. I probably shouldn't be so concerned, but it does bother me that people might think that I'm being a little bit of a baby about this. Which is why I keep bringing it up. Hopefully everybody understands what's at stake here, which is to say absolutely nothing, because none of our progression is gated by this at all. This does give us an opportunity to talk to Hades about the thing, maybe.
As you can see, I must attend to all this parchment work.
Yeah, but I have important stuff for you to... Okay, well...
I always fancied Thanatos, you know. So put together and everything. I'm pleased to see you've grown so close. Things good between you two?
Huh. I guess there's a couple of different ways you could interpret this.
They are. Thank you, Mother.
Codex updated. Was our entry with her not... I guess that was the moment we completed it.
Your music playing has improved substantially. Perhaps in time you shall surpass my own abilities.
I highly doubt that, mate, though thanks for noticing. Creating music's quite rewarding once you get the hang of it.
It's almost everything to me, my friend.
I believe Zagreus is voiced by the composer at Supergiant, so...
Prince. Achilles, have you ever run across the Shade of Daedalus in all your time? I found some of his legendary hammers out there, but no sign of him.
I've never met him, no. Your father keeps him fully occupied with building out his underworld and renovating constantly. No wonder some of his old crafting tools are strewn about. I take it you've been able to make use of them?
Indeed I have.
Alright, who else around here needs talking to before we get back to it?
Hey, you.
What do you think of all the lounge decor there, Meg? Looking a little better these days, wouldn't you say?
You know, it isn't bad. Though I have heard the strangest thing. That you're responsible for all of this. I couldn't understand why you would even bother, honestly.
Well, it's a popular locale for off-duty underworld officers to take a load off between shifts, and so I figure least I could do is pitch in and make the place a little better than I left it, right?
How very selfless of you, Zagreus. Soon, doubtless, it'll be your portrait hanging on that wall back there.
Oh, now, let's not get ahead of ourselves, Meg.
Yeah, that does feel a little bit unlikely.
Here's the latest cat, chef. All right, then.
Why, that's 2 entire keys.
Say, Dusa, in your work around the house, you wouldn't happen to have run into a Skelly character out in the courtyard there, have you?
Oh, not really, because my work is in the house itself, and while the courtyard, technically, it's kind of right outside, so I'm supposed to stay inside the walls, but I think I know who you mean. I've seen him, standing there just past your chamber doors. Why? Is he okay?
No, definitely not.
I think so. I hope so.
I do not know what Skelly is, but I do know what he isn't, and that is okay.
Think I'll take it.
Alright, we gotta be getting pretty close to capping these guys out, right? So, probably Ambrosia for Zeus. Still need 2 for you. 1 for you, probably. That's 3. Aphrodite is 7. Okay. Yeah, we're actually pretty close to done with the Olympians, so we can start giving nectar to other people around the house. You know what? Nyx deserves some.
Your kindness toward me is unnecessary, child. You know I have no expectation of such gifts from you or anyone.
I think of you always, Nyx. You raised me as your own, and I'm grateful for it.
And then, you know what? I'm gonna grab one more. We're gonna give more to Cerberus.
You trying to fleece me here? More keys for
all
me.
of my gemstones. All of them forever. Oh, right. He's not even here. Okay, well, we'll hold on to this for him. This is for him. Alright, let's just get back out there and hope that randomness is on our side a little bit more this time. You know what, I could... Hold on, okay. Let's not get too invested in spreading this stuff around. I almost went over there and gave more to Skelly.
What could go wrong?
Yeah, what could possibly go wrong?
Hey, you're in good with Thanatos, isn't that right? A real broody sort. Sometimes I think maybe I ought to just invite him to a feast, but then what if he cools the whole thing down, makes everybody kind of you know?
I do. I know exactly what you're talking about, actually. Alright, well, I'll take the tribute shot.
Totally right, huh?
It's gonna keep doing this to us, isn't it? I think we're being made fun of a little bit here.
Let
Alright.
me have it.
I do like the nectar as a free palm on our 1 boon. I think that would have been fine, but...
You are already back, and you are always welcome, son of Hades.
Given an opportunity to take a chaos thing this early, and especially, you know, like this, it's hard to turn that down. Alright, so Demeter and Dionysus would both be really good special boons. I would also certainly not be opposed to, like, to Athena or Aphrodite. There's a lot of good ways this could go. I should have known that wasn't going to work. Thank Thank you, Fog. Wow, I managed to weave that arrow just in between everybody, huh?
What else? Nix's power.
Yeah, I gotta start shooting a little bit better. I know I just said the Aphrodite thing, but you know, we got a lot of Dionysus boons to get if we want to get to the place we're trying to go to. Let's just hang out near this, try to... That's right, it doesn't stop them from entering it. It's not like they're going to get stuck out of their charge at the edge or anything. Boy, that went pretty well, though, huh? Oh god, they're doing that thing where they constantly regain their blue heart. Wow, jeez. Absolutely no respect for the hit stun that they are supposed to be taking. Why would I do that? It's just like I can't dash just once, you know?
Olympus, I accept this message.
Alright, we're gonna take Strong Drink. I think that Strong Drink is probably... I'm considering just re-rolling. It fucking, like, there's no way it's random, though, right? That it always shows us the special modifier and always crosses it out on every god that we talk to. There's a tiny man inside the game right now, and he really has it out for me. That's what I'm saying. I'm gonna re-roll this. I guess we'll take High Tolerance. That really sucks, though. We're getting robbed here. Two whole runs where the game just decided I wasn't allowed to have any special modifiers is... I know it's just randomness, but it feels like real bad randomness. It's the worst kind of randomness. The kind that's bad for me. What do you think the tiny man's name is? I bet it's the Blood Wheel. You know, I stopped making offerings because it was getting really hard to keep cleaning the carpets. It's not cheap. And I could buy my own steam cleaner, but that just feels like admitting defeat. And he made me dream that I would regret this, but... I wasn't buying it, I didn't believe him. Now I'm thinking maybe I should have. These rooms are going to take forever. Because, first of all, we can't get any damage modifiers, and secondly...
The curse of chaos has been lifted.
It's just like...
There we go.
It's just like infinite tiny enemies that all require so much shooting. Is this room more zoomed in than the other ones? I feel like we and the enemies are all larger here. Festive Fog is doing its best to cheer me up, but it's just not enough, you know? Also, my aim. Also, my aim is not helping.
Nice.
Wow, we are, starting to get a little bit concerned about the rewards that we are receiving here. Okay, so every so often they all just gain 4 blue hearts each, really? That doesn't seem like a thing that ought to be that way. Yeah, the combination of permanent super invincibility and being so incredibly fast is actually pretty rough to deal with. And the, I think while armored, they seem to be immune to the festive fog. It seems to be pretty broadly the case that armored enemies are not affected by status stuff. Yeah, man, that's a lot of blue hearts.
You and me.
Okay, this thing. Boy, I'm thinking about it. I am thinking about calling in Dusa. I could bringing in the cavalry. I think this is just gonna work.
Lady Aphrodite, I'm afraid there really isn't much here worthy of you, but perhaps this can suffice.
My, but if this isn't such a treasure to behold, and I accept it as a sign of your affection. Of something even more, perhaps?
Sometimes our hearts become so full that they could burst. If only you could see how much I care. I would do anything to aid you in your plight. My heartfelt blessings be with you, dearest.
Oh.
Alright, well, Heartbreak Flourish is a huge amount worse than any of the other special options that we've talked about so far, but it is still a large number. And it combines well with the hammer upgrade that we have, so I guess we're taking it. Like, it's a lot of raw damage, right? It just doesn't do any of the other things that we might like it to do. So I feel like the random traits that armored enemies have seem to be quite streaky. Like, this is super fast and also constantly getting hearts. It's like
I know there's
very
more at
common
stake
today.
for you in this than just my plight. You care so much about this family. That care and your determination spurs me on. I'm ever grateful.
Perhaps there really is no time quite like the present when it comes to showing thanks to one another, my dear cousin. You've opened my eyes to the possibility, though I remain steadfast in my resolve to fight for you. Your struggles have not gone unnoticed, cousin, so take heart. Eternity awaits you once you finally break free.
She had like a whole little character arc there. Do we want Divine Strike? I guess. I mean, just like more damage. We're doing the attack either way. Deflect on the attack doesn't seem particularly relevant, I don't think. We're very rarely going to be in a position where we are shooting into enemy projectiles with that, because we want to be doing our special so much. I mean, it's hard to argue with just like the raw damage output, huh? Aphrodite always definitely has that going for her. Although, to be perfectly honest with you, I do think it's probably still quite a bit less than, well, I mean, against bosses or anything, it's definitely going to be less than Dionysus, and I think it may still be less valuable against a lot of these guys, too. Man, can we please not with the constant armies of guys pulsing additional health onto each other? This might be the largest number of enemies we've ever had to face in Tartarus. I feel like it's been a really swarm-heavy run so far. Good lord. It's just like, there's nowhere to stand because of the number of pot enemies that have spawned. Get over there.
Hard to see in all that
There we
red.
go. Yeah, geez, we're not even, we're a minute 13 on the clock and we're not even going to the boss chamber yet.
Think I got one. caught one.
Is this at least the pre-boss chamber?
The fates are being kind, I guess.
Oh yeah, is that what they're doing, Zag?
Blessing.
You know what? We have enough money for this. This'll be the pre-boss chamber.
I'll take this one.
I think we will take Drunken Dash. This still gives us some ability to to score the what do you call it, the legendary. I do think Strong Drink is very good if you get it in Tartarus, though. It'll end up being 20% bonus damage by Hades. Yo, maybe we can't turn this down. I'm gonna take it. So we have 1 minute to beat the Furies.
I'm back, ladies.
Ready, Lecto. Well, Zag, any last requests this time before I send you home?
Let's see, how about a swift and painful death? Would that be possible?
Be cheeky all you like. You'll get exactly what you asked, and nothing more.
So we have it's like a complicated relationship. Just ran right out of it. I mean, we do generally complete this fight in under a minute. I'm not too worried about that. Although she's spending approximately half of the time invulnerable, which is definitely going to hurt our kill time a little bit.
Fine, then.
Yeah, the imperviousness needs to go. They should not do that. I know the whole point is to prevent you from killing the boss very quickly, but you know what? If you have a build that can kill the boss very quickly, you should be allowed to do so.
For ASPHODEL.
No, not really. So, these are all... What would I be willing to give up? High tolerance. That's it, really? That's the only one I would like to give up. Man, maybe we drop Divine Strike? Because we could re-roll into a worse situation here, right? Where it's like Flourish, Strong Drink, or Trippy Shot. I think I'm just going to purge this.
Could use the extra coin.
It's certainly not bad, but...
Which to choose?
Alright, let's go Zeus. No, Artemis next. Artemis next.
Should help. So much for Tartarus.
Now, obviously, we can't get the Artemis-Dionysus duo boon until I take a boon that actually gives us the ability to cause hangover. And we're going to have to figure that out. I'm not opposed to Drunken Dash. It was just... In fact, I think Drunken Dash is quite good. It's just, it was up against a rough situation there, because Epic Strong Drink while you're still in Tartarus is like... That's a lot. Especially, like... Even if we don't manage to find any extra... fountain chambers, but if we do, it's like unbelievable. That was literally the fastest I could dash after pressing special. It was not possible to dodge that that bomb. Gotta not perform the attack in that position. I do not like the super fast, already annoying jumping bomb guy.
What? Good enough to eat.
Well, I think we keep leaning into this. Palm versus Heart is probably Heart right now. Our max HP is really low, like far lower than it should be. Even though I do think we're in one of those situations where palms are quite strong. Yeah, the damage output, just the raw damage is very solid. Let's take that duo, shall we? That seems like a really good one. So, I think we're taking Dionysus first here, obviously, and hoping for Drunken Dash.
Oh yeah, I dig it, man.
His aid would also have been good, and unfortunately, like, low rarity Drunken Dash sucks a huge amount. I guess we're taking this as a way of applying Hangover, not because we want, like, damage.
Know that I retaliate not out of spite, but by necessity.
That is not correct.
She'll get over it. Time to win her over.
Cool. Extra fast wave skeletons. So it sort of doesn't matter what you pick from the Pact of Punishment. The game's going to give you the things it wants to give you no matter what. You don't take the speed up thing, it'll find a way. The enemies will be fast. Okay, this thing where they just run away and hide really sucks. Yeah, the waves are coming out so much faster now. Jesus Christ. It does really suck that, like, we went out of our way not to give the enemies a speed boost in the Pact, and then they all get one anyway, because every single armored enemy gets this perk. Ah, damn it. And the number of rooms we've had on this run that have just been, like, a huge number of ranged enemies who all spread out as far as possible and just avoid you instead of fighting. Definitely not helping. Like, this guy's not even...
Almost.
I see no benefit to staying angry, cousin. I promised Nyx that I would help rather than hinder you.
I guess... yeah, we gotta go this way, for sure.
On to the next one.
Boy, we're gonna, at this rate, we're gonna have serious timer problems.
Moving right along.
Well, at least this wave skeleton isn't super fast. I can't even see anything on the ground. Like, it's impossible to tell if I'm going to take damage or not, because everything is obscured under a layer of enemies and spell effects. Dash sideways into some lava. Does seem like a fine time for some greater calling.
Right there.
You met Athena earlier, I guess. I'd never trade my bow for all that pomp and armor, but I guess to each her own.
Deadly Strike is okay, I think. Yeah. It's fine, I guess. So it is going to be a lot harder to get actual value out of the Dionysus Artemis duo boon, with us only having... right, back to this super speed nonsense. With us only having the ability to apply Hangover on Dash, but it's certainly not impossible. There he is. Wow, this group of enemies is a little bit scary. Yep.
Not so fast.
You know what? Apologies. I'm looking at the... Huh. That lava just doesn't deal damage to you. That's weird. I'm looking at the timer here, and I'm realizing there's no way we could possibly do this anymore. Because, like, we have come down to it a little bit in the last couple episodes, coming out of ASPHODEL with 4.5 minutes left on the clock. We're not even... Like, we were going to get out of there with, like, 2 minutes left this time. And there's no way we clear Elysium and then actually clear Styx. And we would die in Elysium. We were gonna time out in Elysium. Huh. That is not the entry that it updated. I wish... That's weird. Usually when it says Codex updated and you hit C, it jumps to the entry that was updated, but his was already complete long ago.
Ooh, ow, so you got burned down to a crisp out there, standing in magma, right? I know you've got your burning feet and all, but standing in magma? Why, I'm not so sure that's a good idea.
I will take that under advisement.
Right.
Ah, there you are.
I have to tell you something, lad. When Thanatos returned to seek you out, I was very concerned. Not just for you, either. But you've since patched things up.
I think so. I hope so. It was complicated for a while there, but I think things are clearer for us now. Not just in the moment, but in retrospect. I'm not making any sense.
Oh, on the contrary. I think I know exactly what you mean. I don't know Thanatos particularly well. It wasn't he who brought me here, you see. And he was always very busy, like your father. But he always struck me as a decent sort.
He is.
Had enough yet?
You know, I really want to move along with this Sisyphus thing, but the fact that Hades doesn't have an exclamation point over him makes me think he does not have any significant dialogue.
I hope your last assignment turned out well.
Who's the best three-headed boy?
I mean, obviously we had to stop to pet the dog. So we are going to go one more time here. I know that starting a run 50 minutes into the episode is going to make for a bit of a long one, but we were just totally doomed on that one.
Cerberus is uninterested in conversing at this time.
Be certain to give your regards to your mother as well.
All right then.
It's really weird that we had an interaction where Zagreus was it was explicitly like, Zagreus, go and talk to your father about relieving Sisyphus's punishment, and then we don't have the option to do that.
Oh, hello, Zagreus.
In fact, everybody's really not interested in talking to me.
Meg, you know what's going on with Than and me, don't you? I just want things to be out in the open between us.
Oh, I know everything about you, Zag. And Thanatos may be even better. Though I appreciate you telling me. It's fine.
Oh, that Thanatos may be even better thing, are we all three of us? I mean, okay, it's fine.
It's fine. I mean, upon Olympus, jealousy runs rampant, as I'm told, but here it's not even an issue, then.
If you prefer the way they do things on Olympus, then I think you know the way. As for me, dealing with jealousy is what I do. Tell me, should I feel threatened by Thanatos?
No, I don't think so.
No, he thinks so highly of you, he'd never wish to cause you any harm.
And I feel much the same. He and I were not the same to you. I think we both see that and understand. Now quit your second-guessing me, all right?
I will. Thanks, Meg.
Meg continues to be the wisest character in the game.
This is my latest hole.
I actually I think the writing in the game, on the whole, is very, very good. But I think Meg, like, this whole thing between Meg and Zagreus, but Meg in general also, is, like, substantially better written than maybe almost any other video game character I can remember. It's really, really excellent work. I mean, the big surprise, Supergiant does a good job at a thing.
I'll take that deal. Chthonic keys.
I love nectar. I don't love keys. Who needs keys? What are keys even for? Give nectar to my dog.
Only the very best treats for my best friend, right, boy?
Cerberus yelps in merriment upon receiving such a generous offering.
Yelp is a pretty good onomatopoeia for a certain sound that a dog makes. So, how many Olympian gods might get nectar from us on the next run? Really, only 2. Okay, well then we will not go buy any more nectar. So let's just get out there and give it one more go. We have had some phenomenally bad luck.
Decent.
Just like the game absolutely refusing to give us the couple of boons that we're... Not even a couple of boons, like a whole class of boons that we're looking for, and then in this one in particular, doing that while also giving us the slowest, most spread out rooms that it is possible to get. Rooms that would definitely be less of a problem with some other weapons, like the sword or the gloves or something that are better at dealing damage to enemies in tight packs. And honestly, it would have been fine for us too if we had ever gotten a source of hangover early in the run. Do I have the right?
Just go, pal.
I do not have the right keepsake on. Hold on. And if this one isn't it, then we're gonna stop trying for a little while. We'll go find some other things to do.
I've got a feeling this time, man, like things are really going to take a turn for you, and I mean for the better, almost certainly, I think.
Boy, I would so much love for that to be true. Okay, if we're gonna get one of these at a low rarity, which one is it that we want? I think it's probably Trippy Shot. And I know, you were just saying you want the special and you got upset because you weren't offered the special, and now you're offered the special and you're not going to take it. I think so, because we need both of them for the legendary, right? And I think I'd rather lose the damage on this than on that. Yeah.
Put me right up. Heads up.
It does also help with the AoE problem. So fast that his attack barely even has a wind-up animation anymore. Yet even with hit stun, we can't stop him from hitting us. Okay, come on now. That's maybe a little much. Okay, this fucking sucks. Why are we getting one at a time?
Felt something.
And that time he hit me after he was dead, which I don't love. But that's definitely just the game being weirdly spiteful, right? The fact that it's gonna spawn 4 louts on us, but they're gonna come one by one, and you have to completely defeat the first one before you're allowed to put any damage on the second. It's still kind of doing a version of that.
Lady Artemis.
You must have a friend or two, don't you? It's hard being alone all of the time.
At least I have Callisto and the other nymphs, and I have you. A distant friend is still a friend, isn't that right?
Gosh, I hope so. Alright, do we want to take Deadly Flourish? Not really. What I really want is my combo. Okay, I'm gonna reroll here. There we go, pressure points. That'll do. She has so many really useful things to offer us, you know. Yep, everybody gets to be super fast. It does feel like almost a different game, right? From run to run with this much There's much randomness added via the heat system on top of everything else.
Hi, Aphrodite. Dear Aphrodite, surely you have all the offerings you can stand, but I would ask that you accept one more.
Ah, dearest, but it stirs my heart to know you care so deeply for a wonderful relationship. To celebrate it with such princely gifts. You do know that I'm married, don't you, love? I'd forgive you if you didn't. For my husband, he is always busy with his work. I'm grateful that you're there for me to talk to.
Well, I don't know that I don't think Heartbreak Strike is awesome, but I definitely don't want to spend a reroll here, so we're going to take it. It's fine. It is totally fine. Boy, this is going horribly, huh? 7 health in Tartarus. Right, just a little bit too far away. Alright, Relentless Volley is actually wonderful for our build, and I am very grateful that it keeps showing up. Oh yeah, these guys are also super speed. We are never going to see another enemy for the rest of the game who is not super speed. Ah, damn it. It is not a good idea to shoot directly into the wall. Who would have thought? Well, slowly we're healing up from single-digit health. Oh cool, super speed... and a huge number of super speedy skulls. Great. Why can't I... Okay. As I was just barely not able to dash out of that position. Man, this room. Yeah, it's wild the amount of variance that there can be from run to run, just on like the raw number of enemies that you fight in a biome. Even if there is a door on the other wall, it doesn't matter what it is. We have to go this way because we need the health.
Perfect timing.
Hey, sir. An offering to the finest boulder in all of Tartarus.
You know, I do believe that he is.
Thanks.
What do we get? Yeah, 1% damage reduction. Boldy loves me, I can tell.
Sisyphus, I'd meant to ask. Where are you getting all this stuff you give to me? You must be pretty well connected around here.
Oh, well, you know, I have acquaintances amongst the locals here. Try to be neighborly with everyone is all. It's not just Boldy and myself, as you can see. Sometimes I come across things that'd be better off in other hands than mine.
That Shade was shocked to hear it.
Got just the thing.
Thank you, mate.
Alright, that's hardly even any health, but God, we need it.
Take care.
You and me,
oh, hey, look who it is. What a surprise. I was not expecting him to go after the punch again so soon.
Time, I'm sure.
The question is, how much do we want to, how much effort do we want to devote to getting the Dionysus special? Because we can never force another Dionysus boon. It's possible we'll never see a Dionysus boon again. I think I'm just going to take Deadly Flourish. We're going to give up on the legendary. And in fact, on almost every component of our intended strategy, I guess.
Hold nice and still.
Because like basically all of them were reliant on getting that that special.
A sea creature.
It sure is a sea creature.
You're gone.
I mean, this is a pretty big damage upgrade. Yeah, that feels pretty significant. Boy, I do not much like the thing they do where they suddenly gain a bunch more blue hearts. That's a real bummer.
A poem of power.
Hard to argue with this, I think. I mean, obviously, pressure points is cool, but... Well, at least we are going to get to our 3,000 darkness.
Hello again. Had a feeling I would find you all alone out here.
I bet you did. And we're both, like, on the clock right now. I think it's probably inappropriate for us to, you know, do stuff. Good news is, large number of small enemies bodes pretty well for us, I think. Aha! We stole it. Trying to make sure that our attack hits as many enemies as possible. Boy, he's gonna get a lot off of that. Okay, this is a pretty huge number of enemies, and I think that it's maybe too many. And I'm kind of getting my ass kicked here because it is such a huge number of enemies.
You beat me once again.
Jesus.
Chamber secured.
Poseidon versus Double Palm has got to be Poseidon. I think. Maybe not. I don't know. So I think Poseidon's dash boon would actually be really good for us here. Also, this is just like a really huge number of armored enemies, right? A really huge number of enemies in general. And again, I would like to say that I think probably before that last room, this had been the largest number of enemies that we'd ever fought in Tartarus. And I think it's way more true now. I wonder if the Hall of Records, like, it definitely keeps track of the number of enemies you fight over the course of a whole run, but I bet it doesn't break them down by biome.
Nephew, why, the seas up here, they're just about as widely feared as your vast underworld down there. For water can be deadlier than bronze.
Okay, I believe that. Yeah, alright, I guess we'll take the lowest rarity version of everything today. We're about to go to a real shop. I guess let's just do that. You know what? No troves. What am I doing? No troves.
Should come in useful.
Alright, let's just not take any damage. We're doing really well on time. Of course it's Electo.
Good. How many times is it going to take, Red Blood? How many? Tell me, how can you stand running into me like this over and over?
I think she is approaching a breaking point.
Well, habits can be hard to break. As for how many times, I've really no idea. Though I guess there's one way to find out.
I'll give you one thing. I like it when my prey bites back. Come on, let's see some blood again. Now!
Well, that was a bad shot. There we go. Oh, I missed. Stupid smoke is doing exactly what it is designed to do.
Sure.
Okay, well, if we make it to the Hydra, we beat our 3000 darkness, and that's good.
Tread lightly, boy.
We are definitely, like,
Betrayed.
almost profoundly weak. What would I be cool with losing? Nothing, really. I'm thinking we might give up Heartbreak Strike. Yeah, let's just do that. Don't think it's worth spending a reroll on.
Let's see here.
Okay, so... If we are not... If we're just not going to be able to do this Dionysus thing, what do we want to take? We still have... We could go Demeter, because we still have Trippy Shot. So there are the duo boons with Trippy Shot to look forward to. Demeter has a lot of good stuff in general. Demeter's Call would be really nice, I think. I think let's go that way.
Might help.
And then we may as well look at this. Okay, sure. That's a good idea. Let's buy that.
Up we go then.
Yeah, we're definitely not ending up exactly where I had hoped. But again, this is the thing, right? This is the thing of roguelikes. You just gotta adjust. You have to roll with the punches. What do you bet they're gonna make us fight the witches again? It does seem like we're just seeing like all of the same stuff over and over again today, doesn't it?
Next.
Yeah, I fired that while dashing, that Trippy Shot, which unfortunately makes it slightly harder to aim.
Again lately here, boss, and I want to tell you, almost looked as though he cracked a smile when he mentioned you. Never seen anything like that with him.
He's just gonna let absolutely everybody know, apparently. Yep. I think we probably ought to get this going. If she offers us a replacement for the Artemis special, I might take it.
Time to fight.
Oh, cool. Did you know sometimes the wave skeletons can be extra fast? It's a thing that occasionally happens. You know, one thing I wasn't really considering when we took support fire is that it does help us keep track of the locations of the enemies in this large area, these large areas where they just run away incessantly. And that shouldn't be a thing. It shouldn't be the case that enemies just run from you, not even for the purpose of fighting more safely, but just to hide. But we do know for a fact that it is a thing that they do here.
Their time's up.
Your father always had a sternness to him that his brothers lacked. Thought him a decent sort, comparatively anyway. Though evidently he is no such thing.
Oh boy, she's gonna have that feeling even more strongly in the near future. Alright, definitely taking the call. We are really taking a beating on rarity here, though.
Make yourself at home. Sure don't see a lot of other nymphs around here, huh? We don't die too easy, most of us. Makes me feel all special.
I've never met another nymph, now that you mention it. Heard of a few. The goddess Artemis sounds like she spends more time with nymphs than the other Olympians.
That's what I heard. Though it's not like we all hang out. I mean, you've got the dryads and the naiads and the nereids and the oceanids. Pretty much every type of terrain up top, there's a kind of nymph who loves it. Maybe we need a name for underworld nymphs too.
So I think we probably want to just take the Ambrosia Delight here, right? Because like I was just saying, we are taking an absolute beating on the rarity of our boons.
Hope you like it.
Why, thank you.
Okay, boy. I think that's literally the worst that possibly could have gone. I guess Tidal Dash doesn't really benefit too much from the upgrades, so...
Till next time.
It was very bad, though. It was definitely very bad. I don't know if it was the worst it could have gone, but it went poorly for sure.
Somebody lose a spine out there.
It's a hell of a big spine. Causing some problems with my Tidal Dash here. You know what? I'm just going to go ahead and we're going to do lesser calls. I'm pleased to see that it does apply the chill even to the impervious enemies. They're doing a much better job of body blocking all of my projectiles this time than they did last time. They are also doing a much better job of randomly throwing bombs to places where I am not, and then getting me to dash into those bombs after the fact.
Alright.
So Killing Freeze is only going to be active when... Boy. This is never going to be up. Well, I guess, okay, if we're doing frequent calls... If we're doing lesser calls, this will be up against bosses a fair amount of the time. Frozen Touch is pretty bad, I think. We can only afford to get hit a couple of times, right? So if we're not doing auto-revenge stuff, the revenge boons get a lot worse. I guess we'll take this. It's better than going for the reroll. Ow. Also, apparently they somehow, unusually, they were able to cancel my projectile with theirs. Somehow that guy did not get marked. Yo, okay, that's a lot of dudes. Huh, what even hit me? I'm not sure what we just lost a Death Defiance to there. Wow. This is a lot of lava. A lot of lava. What is going on? That wasn't even a high difficulty chamber, was it? It was just way more lava than they ever do. Boy. I guess key? I guess reroll is better than random palm level, given the boons that we have. Damn it, I Tidal dashed that guy out of the out of the trippy shot. Alright, well, I'm not gonna take another restart here or anything, but I do think that I'm doing a bad enough job that this might be getting in the direction of impossible. If we lose another Death Defiance before leaving Tartarus, which is looking increasingly possible, it is going to take a positively Herculean performance in Elysium to get us where we're going.
What do we have here?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure this is the pre-boss room, but we really just don't have enough money to shop.
In the name of Hades.
Okay, Frost Strike is bad. Ravenous Will is fine. Yeah. Wow, how did I... Holy crap, we dashed considerably further than we usually do on that one. That was very strange. What? Why did the... I'm not sure why our attack just didn't damage or mark that thing. Ah. Okay, so not great. Let him spawn multiple armored blue skeletons. Also, I don't know if I think under most circumstances we would not have been counted as in the lava. There, we were definitely like 75% not in the lava. But we're definitely going to save our greater call for the multi-head phase. Dash, dash, dash. Never stop dashing. Skeleton is still alive. I'm pretty sure that is the same skeleton from the last single head phase. I just never found the time to kill it. So we're having to do a lot of running away. Not good. Not good time.
Hydra heads were never meant to fly.
Well, we made our 3,000 darkness, but I'm pretty sure this is doomed. I don't think we're going to be able to make it through Elysium fast enough. And I mean, a lot of it comes down to luck.
Bloodless failed to stop you once again.
Because they could give us easy rooms.
Ooh, that's cold.
Pretty sure that that's an amount of money that is at least in the neighborhood of the amount of money Side Hustle was going to earn for us from the rest of the run. So that doesn't really feel like it cost us anything. We desperately need Athena. desperately need Athena's help. Ooh, didn't even offer me... Of course, if we had not had enough money to buy it, there would have been a Kiss of Styx here. But because we are rich, there isn't one. Right, we always see Kiss of Styx in the well, in between worlds, if we don't have enough money to buy it. So we need a miracle. We need a miracle is what we need. Yeah, wow. These guys are hard to fight when they are higher than normal speed, and also constantly regaining their blue health.
this is it.
Yeah, that was a little bit ridiculous. I think this is maybe the enemy who seems to gain the most speed from that speed up trait.
No comfort from the bitter cold.
He hit me while we were still in the call animation. Like it didn't even come out of that. He just while I was literally unable to do any things and enemies are supposed to be paused, he hit me. Yeah, those guys clearly gain a much, much, much larger percentage of speed than other enemies do from that speed up trait.
Looks like you just got pounded down by an exalted great shield, huh? Did you try attacking while their guard was down, or did they just not let down their guard at any point? Oh.
Yeah.
Even Hermes can see the game design problems with this enemy.
Remember your training, lad.
We actually run Achilles out of dialogue. Alright, now can we talk to you about the thing?
Welcome home, boy. You're late for dinner. Or breakfast, or whatever blasted meal's next.
That's all right, Father. I'm not feeling very hungry at the moment.
I've asked repeatedly for the construction of a sundial, but every time they tell me no. Can you believe it?
Okay, well, I do have the ability to buy a sundial. Maybe that's a hint. We have to get him in a better mood before we can ask him about the about Sisyphus.
You like it when you get pets like this, don't you, boy?
I mean, it is worth noting, and he should be aware of this. A sundial's not going to be very effective down here.
Cerberus is busily considering upon what else to gnaw.
Take care, okay?
So, I think that we are... Boy. It does feel a little shitty that there's a thing that speeds enemies up on the Pact, and you can choose not to take that, and then still effectively get it, because there's a different thing on the Pact that just does it to some percentage of enemies. And it's wild that almost none of the other stuff on the Pact, or on that Pact condition that gives armored enemies new traits matters at all. It's like there's one thing that makes the enemies incredibly difficult, and then 9 or 10 other things that effectively do nothing. It's very oddly balanced.
Nix, have you seen Charon lately? Everything alright with him? I can never tell how he's doing.
Charon and I have not lately taken opportunities to correspond, but he has always been among the least dependent of my children, other than perhaps only the fates. This much I know and can assure to you. He always is content to steer his boat.
I suppose you were the one to thank for his assistance when it comes to selling me his wares and such.
No, he is the one to thank. Do not mistake his lack of speech for lack of cleverness. He serves this house as I do, but he does not answer to me.
Doesn't answer to me either.
He does some things to me, but I would not describe them as answering.
You honor me, my child, although I dread that I am not deserving of such generosity. There is no need to flatter me like this.
Be that as it may, Nix, I would still like for you to have it, with my compliments.
And then all 7 of those wretches tried cutting to the front of the procession line. Can you believe the nerve? As though they'd get an audience that way.
What a bunch of dummies! What were they even thinking, cutting the line? I mean, in front of you?
Let's just say if they still have any complaints for our Lord Hades, they'll be waiting for a long, long time before they get the chance to bring them up.
Ladies' night, I guess. Or day. I don't know.
Awful lot of jokes about how we don't know what time it is today. Ooh. We actually don't have enough gemstones to buy enough keys to do this thing. Well, hold on. Do I have fish?
You know what I heard?
I do. I have some fish.
Cooking's one way to pass the time. Use them wisely, my friend.
That does get us there. So am I going to go completely out of gems and keys to buy a Titan Blood? I don't think so, because I think we still need Nectar. Like, we're pretty close to being done with the Olympian gods, but there's still lots of people around the house to give it to. Okay, well, like I said, that is going to be the last one that we do of those for right now. I definitely need to take the heat down and just, like, win once or twice to sort of get my feeling back.
Practice, practice.
It turns out 32 heat is difficult. Who would have thought? But I do have to say, I'm pretty annoyed by the way that a bunch of the runs went today. All of the runs today went. First of all, was it the case on this run that literally every single armored enemy had the massive speed up trait? If it wasn't, it was at least close, and that is a bummer. They should get different traits. It shouldn't be all of them on the same thing. So we're going to turn off that thing for a while and play the game at normal speed, which is certainly going to be helpful to me. And I think I am just going to go ahead and look up if there's something that we need to do to unlock the last gun aspect, because for real, we're getting close to the end of this prophecy, and I don't know if this is actually going to trigger the ending or what, but I would like to play with whatever the other gun aspect is before we finish the game. So, that is going to be it for us for today. Thank you all so much for watching. This is absolutely doable. We can get this 32 heat victory, but it is definitely going to require some luck, more skill from me, and then on top of that, also some luck. And boy, we just extremely were not getting it today. So come back next time for figuring out how to unlock this gun, and then some point in the future for that 32 heat victory. And we'll see you then.